Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Gautaman. I'm the co-founder of Cultivate. Cultivate is an agriculture technology company. We enable state agriculture department and institutions to digitize their operations, to collect data, and to collect stored data, and to generate intelligence from that stored data. We use AI, blockchain, ICT, and data science technologies to perform the above operations. We are a private limited company incorporated in 2017 in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. We are a team of experts in technology, agriculture, and extension. We have an opportunity of 100 crores across the country. We would like to capture 10% of it in the next 5 years. Cultivate vision is to make Indian agriculture data-driven. Our mission is to collect, store, and share data for state agriculture departments and institutions, to digitize their extension operations of state departments, to introduce latest technologies like AI, blockchain, data science as tools into public agriculture sector, to strengthen the government-farmer interactions. We have three teams. Technology team is led by me, and then Ganesh leads business development team. Venkatesh leads the agriculture team. We have a beautiful set of experts and engineers and scientists working for us. As founders, we have a combined experience of 12 years in agriculture and 20 years in technology. We are also alumnus of TNUU, IRE New Delhi, and IIT Delhi. And we are also employees of University of Washington, AT&T, Microsoft, and Seattle Children's. If you look at the data science approaches, it is revolutionizing the way the business is done in several sectors, including manufacturing, medical, and logistics sector. However, agriculture sector in India is completely missed that data science train. There are several reasons to it. One is the core is the lack of authentic farmer land crop data. This 2011 census estimates that there are 12 crore farmers across the country, but we do not have a database of them. And there is no historic data, production data at a granular level. We do have data in a yearly production of this grain is this many tons, but we do not have a precise data that can help us to do agriculture, where they were cultivated, how much is produced, what is the productivity of each acre. We don't have that. If it comes to the information flow, it is always unidirectional in agriculture. So the information comes from the top, flows through to the bottom. Also, in the process, it loses a lot of value and intensity. There is no feedback obtained from the farmers, and which goes up. So convention and the conventional mode of extension lack a personalized advisory. Country is in the dire need of increasing the farmers' economy and farmers' well-being and the productivity to meet the challenges of the increasing population, but there is no way to increase the productivity with the mass media based extension services. We need to go personalized, and there is no tools available, no mechanism available right now to do that. We solve these problems for government institutions and farmers. This slide reiterates the problems and finds a solution within that. This is a typical setup of the most of the horticulture and agriculture departments in the state. And you have a director at the top and then field officer at the bottom, who is taking information from the top and then taking into the farmers. And then that doesn't really happen. The information often get lost on its way down and then distorted, and many field officers do not even go to the fields and then provide advisory for which they are hired to do. Even when during the village meetings, if the feedback is taken from the farmers, it doesn't move beyond the AOs, AHOs. So this is one. The second problem is, even though this department is functioning for the last several decades, there is no data collected and stored about their the farmers or crops or lands or their operations. Literally, there is zero data available at the department right now. So we are digitizing the operations. The solution Cultivate brings in is to digitize the operations of the State Department in a way that it not only makes the information flow easier, but it also captures all the data and stores the data. Thereby, you can do data science once enough data is being accumulated. Um, The solution is again to give a centralized data hub equipped with tools driven by AI, ML, and then ICT technologies that will help governments to capture the information about each farmer and each of their land and then crop and water sources and geotag them, geofence them, and then have a history of crops cultivated in a field like whatnot. And then this helps the governments to derive intelligence from that accumulated data. It also helps the farmers to ask the centralized database system a query and then get a personalized advice as per the weather and all that information. The research institutes can contribute to the system by providing the varietal information and the new cultivating practices or standard cultivating practices, like package of practices. Together, these systems will improve the farm production and productivity. That data can be captured for our data science opportunities as well. However, this is too big of a goal. So, Cultivate is focusing only on the top half of the system. We help the governments to digitize their operations. Help through that digitization process, we help the governments to capture the data of the farmers' farms, lands, crop, and water. Our product is a cloud-based custom software platform for individual state departments. We liberally use latest technologies like AI, ML, blockchain, ICT, extension, and drones to collect and store data and to develop intelligence from it. Our software systems help good departments to enroll the farmers, land and crop records. We help the field um, if you, we enable the departments to monitor their field forces in such a way that they're managed to do the function they're supposed to do. We can help the state departments to do drone surveys and capture the data and layer over the previously collected data to do the analysis. And then we enable the governments to provide advisory, personalized advisory to the farmers, and we can help them find scheme beneficiaries and then help with the scheme allocation. They can do a digital crop cutting experiments. We can also help our softwares also help the governments to set up electronic procurement systems and value addition systems. They can provide traceability to the farmers, and they can also use our platform to set up an e-marketing platform for the state so that the farmers can reach their customers without a middleman. We have several state governments across the country. We are estimating at least there are 70 plus projects lying in their hands, and then 10 plus in the central government, and more and more with state agriculture universities, ICR institutes, agriculture research stations, and agriculture-based MSMEs, corporates, and non-profits. This is a multi-crore opportunity across India. However, we would like to focus only on the state government and ICR institutions as a first step, and then once we gain enough traction, we'd like to move to the central government and then work with them. So that is our potential. So we are working with the government of Tamil Nadu now. We have successfully implemented the system for them. So we started working with the Rajasthan government, Madhya Pradesh government. They liked the things that we did with government of Tamil Nadu. They wanted to have it done with their department, their states. So we started working with them to digitize their operations and to collect data and then provide advisory to these people. We also worked with ICAR institutions like Central Institute for Agriculture Engineering, Bhopal, and then Central Fisheries Education Institutes. We also digitized the operations of AW in Coimbatore, which touches like the thousands of farmers and cooperative agents and the milk booths. We digitize their entire operations. They are transacting 1 crore plus every day through our systems. We help Indian Forest Genetic and Tree Breeding Institute to link the research tree research institutions with the tree nurseries, with the agroforestry farmers, to timber industries, to bring about a transparency and then information flow between them. So we are using a cloud, the cloud data store, and the softwares built, our tools built around them is the core product at the center of it. It helps government departments to capture and store the information about the farmer's crop, land, and water, and then it generate intelligence from it and helps the governments to act with that information, and helps the farmers to obtain the personalized advisory from this intelligence. We provide a lot of services on the top of it, like e-advisory, e-extension, geo-mapping, beneficiary selection, crop cutting experiments, traceabilities, e-procurement, and e-market. The state governments can pick and choose the services they want to use over the data they collect. We can set that for them. We use the latest innovations in technology to provide these services to the departments. We use AL chatbots ready to answer questions all the time, and we use ICT tools to create mobile applications, softwares, and portals to help the departments. And we use data science approaches. We do not have enough data to do the data science as such, but we have used the data science knowledge to collect and structure the data in such a way that 2 years time we'll have the enough data to do the data science that is needed. And we use blockchain wherever possible to make the data secure and immutable. I would like to divide the competition into 3 groups, and the agri startups like Cultivate, and then state agriculture IT departments, and then tech giants. Among these, if I just focus on like few points, Cultivate exclusively focus on government departments, whereas most agri startups focus on farmer groups, corporates, MSMEs, new startups. The tech giants focus on development. The state IT departments, mainly they are concentrating on the digitizing benefit transfers, core department operations. They do not worry about e-extension processes. So that is where our focus is, and we digitize operation with in order to capture the data for data science. So that is our mission. So we excel in that compared to other people. Then innovation is at our core. We just adapt and collaborate wherever that is possible, whenever that is possible. So we use a microservice architecture that is very unique. So it is not a one software. We provide service to every state, and we rather make a custom software for each state, but that is made from a pre-made set of libraries of modules. So we pick and choose, configure, change things in that to suit the needs of the particular government, and then we provide it. But most agri startups provide a software service as a platform where it requires the individual states, individual companies to change the way the business is done. We are very affordable and we are very fast. So just to highlight it, Dr. Subbayan IAS, the Director of Horticulture, said the following about us. If I given the same work to TCS, they would have taken 3 years and 3 crore rupees. It may not have delivered this product, but you guys have done it in a fraction of cost, in a 6 months period. That is called street smartness. And